one day after stocks slid on the auto bailout announcement, the watchdog on Wall Street, Chris Markowski, joins us. And Chris, what is the fallout from the president and what he had to say yesterday about the U.S. auto industry? What has got everybody up in a tizzy?
Everybody's kind of got their deer in the headlights type of a look in regards to this thing, because in some ways it's kind of frightening. Everybody was a little bit of a blowback saying, well, geez, the president is firing, for all intents and purposes, the CEO of a company. Right. What's next? There was some news today that the Financial House Services Committee actually is meeting in regards to going about and setting the salaries for any executive, not even just executives, any employee at any company that receives government money, where they're going to be able to step in and control salaries. Now, I don't know how they're going to go about deciding the sales assistant salary at the Merrill Lynch office on Great Neck, Long Island. I don't know how they're going to decide that. I
suspect there won't be any more bonuses handed out.
My question is, now that the automakers have gotten money from the government, are they going to be able to break union contracts and the type of money that the automakers are getting? So this is these dilemmas and all these questions that are floating around there, and this is causing a bit of disarray.
Well, you know, this is uncharted territory for all of us. Nothing like this, all of these trillions going here and there, deals being made, bailouts. This has never happened before. This is uncharted water.
Well, what the government did, you want to go back about almost a year ago to Bear Stearns, that whole weekend right around St. Patrick's Day. That was kind of almost like the original sin. Maybe if we had let Bear Stearns go, maybe all the other banks would have, for all intents, but cleaned up their balance sheets and gotten their acts together. When in essence they didn't, and they kind of pushed things down the road. Then we had Lehman, then we had AIG, and there was a point in time last fall where all the credit markets were literally frozen. The government had to step in. What they're doing right now, and what the worry is what's next? What else is going to get bailed out? What is the government going to own? And are we going to be looking like one of these countries in the European Union soon?
Now, here's a big thing that we were talking about. I'm hearing that banks, listen up folks, banks walking away from foreclosures. How would this affect the average American? Now, are we talking big banks, little banks, but just walking away?
Well, it's all a numbers game to them, like anything else. And there was a great story in the New York Times talking about, it was from yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, people finding out that they're getting calls from their local marshals saying that home that you thought was being foreclosed upon, well, the bank says you can keep it. And basically having to go back and clean up the property and fix the problems and all the things that went along with it, because the banks are like, we don't feel like cutting the lawn, we don't feel like taking care of the pool, just keep
cutting the hedges.
Yeah, and doing that, and they're just giving up these pieces of property. It is going to be a further dilemma.
Incredible. Yeah. Now, most workers will soon find a bump in their paychecks. Anything significant as far as a little tax?
A little bit.
A real little bit.
$13. $13 a week.
You know what? We bail out all of these other companies with trillions. Taxpayers, we get a little bump.
You get a little bump here and there. Well, yeah, I'm a big believer in tax cuts and finding a way through, and I think small businesses is what's going to lead us out of it. And I think that's what's most frightening right now, is that who wants, I mean, these people starting small businesses and these new innovations, are they down the road going to be competing against Uncle Sam with the government stepping in and getting involved in all these companies, which is a little nerve-wracking.
Now, one of our Twitter followers, Brad Jones, asks, what's the best way to make use out of my extra $40 a month?
Well, that's up to him. I mean, it depends on his unique situation. I'm not the Susie Orman type, which says you got to take every dime and stick it away and not enjoy your life. Financial planning is just about that. You want to be paying yourself every single month, and you want to be saving and investing every single month, but you also want to spend time with your kids and your family and do all the things that you like to do, because that's what makes life worth living.
There's other things to worry about that are far more important in life. Chris, thanks so much for joining us.